everybody. I got a little bit confused there because it's a special Wednesday edition of the most motivational segment in all sports, the Bud List.
Did people mail early?
Well, they're always sending letters.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, people are like, well, there's a stamp on it.
Wow.
Dear Wilds, love the show. Well, thank you. Just wanted to drop a note to say the twins, Ryan and Brian, are thankful for the show and the Bud List and your personal commitment to reading our letters exclusively, even though you get satchels full of mail. Happy Thanksgiving, Dawn and Don. Well, thank you, Dawn, Ryan, and Brian, and Don Sr., of course. And we just wanted to take a special opportunity here to say we honestly hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we appreciate spending some of your time with the First Things First family.
I knew there was somewhere you were getting that in there.
Don't
want me.
Look, you don't like Thanksgiving now, bro? I'm trying to be nice to the audience. They have a lot of options when it comes to their sports content, and they choose First Things First.
That's right.
All right, here we go. The Bud List. Number 3,
The Bud List.
Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
All right, now, I heard Brock on the Dan Patrick Show this week.
Oh.
Steve Young, the Hall of Famer, the great Steve Young, say that the 49ers have found their franchise quarterback. He was talking about you. He used this term to describe you. He said you are an elite processor. So people are coming around, Brock, finally, but there is still one out there.
Kevin Wildes?
No.
There is one hater out there who does not believe in you, Brock.
Coach Mangini?
And he is the sole reason that you are on this week's Bud List. A perfect passer rating, not enough for Nick Wright. Outdoing Montana and Young, not enough for Nick Wright. All right, throwing for 629 yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in your last 2 games. Not enough for Nick Wright. All right? Apparently tomorrow, Brock, what you have to do,
Here we go.
somehow you got to be trailing against Seattle late.
But
okay?
have it not be your fault.
Yeah, not your fault, but you're trailing, okay? And then we got to find a way. We don't want anybody to get hurt, but McCaffrey and Debo, just something's got to keep them out of the last 10 minutes, all right? Whatever it is, they can't play the last 10 minutes. And then you have to lead them, the Niners, to the game-winning drive and make sure your rookie kicker, if it comes down to a field goal, does not wet the bed. I know it's a tall order, Brock, but I believe in you. All right, number 2, Geno Smith.
Oh.
Geno Smith. Yes, first of all, Geno, congratulations. I'm glad your elbow's feeling better. It looks like you're going to play tomorrow. All right, congratulations on resurrecting your career last year and becoming what some people think was an MVP candidate. Brock Purdy can't be one, but Geno Smith can. All right, so you were an MVP candidate. Now, you played. You had him on your MVP list. Like 6 last year. You had him.
Last year?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Becoming an MVP candidate last year.
That's fine.
All right, and Geno, look, I'm glad for you. I'm pulling for you. But I got to be honest, I'm not fully convinced. And I have said on this show that I think you're going to turn back into a pumpkin. And you haven't quite been a pumpkin this year, but you also haven't been the prince that you were last year. Okay, we can agree on that. 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Heck, those are Trevor Lawrence numbers. But anyway, Geno, I need more. All right, go out there. Here's my charge. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Don't ever turn back into that pumpkin and start tomorrow. You guys need to win. So I got Geno at number 3. Nick, Pete Carroll, and the Seahawks believe in you, Geno. Okay. All right, number 1, Jared Goff.
Oh.
All right, Jared Goff. I know what you're saying. Man, a brother can't have one bad game.
I don't think he's.
that. throw 3 interceptions, and now all of a sudden you're horrible again. All right, well, here's the problem, though, Jared. The team that traded you immediately won the Super Bowl, all right, the Rams, and then you do play for the Lions. Okay, so look, I get it. It's not fair, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, you are on the Lions, so we're waiting for something negative to happen. All right, so you got to go out there after that 3 interception game and play well and show, because here's what we're wondering about you. Is the pressure of being good every weekend, or is the pressure of expectations getting to the Lions? All right, can you play under the expectations? Well, a lot of us think, oh, wow, they struggle with the Bears because now all of a sudden we expect something from them. Well, the Packers are just as bad as the Bears pretty much. So go out there, there'll be high expectations tomorrow, but look them in the eye and play the type of football you've been playing most of the year. I do believe in you, Jared Goff. That's his
Excellent bud list.
Chris Broussard, another outstanding job. It is genius every single week. And I struggle finding someone to put on it that you haven't identified. But I'm going to go.
I work hard on it.
Patrick Mahomes. And Nick made an excellent point yesterday. He said if you're going to be the best player in the NFL, and in his mind, arguably the best player of all time, then you need to play like that. And you need to play like that when your defense has 5 sacks. You need to play like that when you run for 168 yards. Let me show you a play from last game, and this is a really good example of how he could have easily won the game. So at the bottom of the screen, you've got an outside breaking route by Kelsey, you've got a vertical route by the receiver. Everything's going to get cleared out over on that left-hand side of the offense. On the right-hand side, there's a complementary inside breaking routes, but really who we're going to focus on is going to be Watson. Okay, Watson's in that number 3 spot. So the Eagles are going to end up being man-to-man on the outside receivers on both sides, and they're going to have the 2 linebackers in and out on Watson based off his release. And you're going to have the safeties shaded over to that side as well, but you can see it's over to the offense's right-hand side. So those 2 guys are going to figure out who's going to end up on Watson with some safety help. So Watson's going to sell that he's running a shallow cross, but he's not going to run a shallow cross. He's going to pump a little bit and then break vertically up the field. So the linebacker to him lets him go, thinking he's running a shallow cross. The linebacker away from him is waiting for him to come, but he's not coming. He's breaking vertically. So now he's away from the safety, he's away from the linebacker. There's nothing but green grass, outside breaking routes that side. This is an easy throw and catch, and there's no pressure whatsoever on Mahomes. That play right there, that's not about being great. At all. That most quarterbacks should be able to make that throw easily, and for Patrick Mahomes, that should just be a home run.
That's fair, Coach. You know, I think as much about Mahomes as Nick does, but I will say this, and you're starting to hear this. Look at some of Brady's receivers in those first early Super Bowls he won. They weren't great. So
like Mahomes' last year. Also, by the way, that happened.
Made him great.
Mahomes last year. Also, by the way, that happened in the first half. So they still would have had 0 points second half.
It was
terrible tape breakdown.
First of all, it was 1st and 10. So
terrible.
we threw the pick on 1st and 10.
Yeah, listen, I'm the one who blamed the game on it. I agree with you. And when just America, so you know, when Brou says some people are saying those some people are Brou and Rob Parker on the Odd Couple 7 to 10 Fox Sports Radio. He's the one saying it, and then he's like, I heard it. Okay. I am adding Nick Sirianni.
I like this.
To the bud list. All right. One of the coolest things about the Eagles is their quiet, cool confidence from their leaders.
Yes.
Not this, and we'll show you another video in a moment, but if I may, Jalen Hurts is the epitome of quiet, cool confidence. Their defensive leader, Fletcher Cox, never hear from him, been on the team since Andy Reid was there. And then there's the coach, who after winning, I guess, his Super Bowl on Monday Night Football, did this in the tunnel. Take a listen, earmuffs, kids. There's some salty language that we bleep here. I mean, you know, to quote a wise scholar, where do they do that at? Like, come on, man. You're the head coach. If that is who your team is and you want to embody it, so be it. But the leader of the team, the face of the team, is Jalen Hurts. Yeah. And he's 20 years younger than you and would never do it. So I know, listen, it is now 1-1 Chiefs, Eagles, dead even, except for the Super Bowl ring, of course. So I guess Sirianni's happy about it, but give me a break, man.
Okay. Well, look, it's fine if you win. When you act that way, you better win. You're right about that, because you lose, you're going to look silly.
Okay, for the final edition of the Bud List. You thought Mac Jones was gone, huh?
What?
Again, he's back. I'm not 100% sure. I think I like that, bro. He's thankful to be in the NFL. Did he view that as great leadership, or like, man, we've reached thankful to be in the NFL level of the press conference?
No, this the latter. I mean, really, like, he's just hoping he's still in the league.
Okay. Wild, is this inspiration? Years. Do you believe him? What's going on?
Do I believe in Mac Jones?
You don't. If it takes that long, you don't.
I think
The intervention
I
worked.
I think I do. Mac Jones? It's me and you, bud. And honestly, maybe just me. That might be the only one. Coming up next. Gee whiz. Aaron Rodgers coming back again for the 10th time this year.
Shooting for it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.